Harambee! Neno hili si hivyo. Mambo ni matatu.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. Uhuru Kenyatta has politely fired Jeremiah Kioni as the Secretary General of Jubilee Party and replaced him with Ole Kenta.
The NEC decided this morning to approve the proposal and appoint the Honorable Moitalel Ole Kenta as our new Secretary General. So Honorable Kenta is now our new Secretary General in Jubilee. Mheshimiwa Kenta is not new to Kenyan politics and leadership. He served as a member of parliament before, a very solid and highly respected lawyer in this country, very solid and respected political player. We are grateful for the work that Mheshimiwa Kenta has done in the past, and he actually bears the history and the roots of this party from the days of TNA. And therefore, he's coming back to Jubilee and assuming the responsibility of Secretary General of Jubilee is something we are very happy about, very excited, and we are looking forward to benefiting from the leadership, the services, and the solid networks of Honorable Kenta as he plays his role in the office of the Secretary General of Jubilee.
And the biggest question is, why would Uhuru Kenyatta fire Jeremiah Kioni for Ole Kenta? Because on this platform, I've always maintained that anytime you wanted to get the thinking of William Ruto about any particular issue, then you just needed to pay very close attention to Oscar Sudi. And that anytime you wanted to get the thinking of Raila Odinga when he was alive on any particular matter, you didn't need to listen to Raila Odinga. You just needed to study Junet Mohammed. For Uhuru Kenyatta, the person who you needed to monitor and pay very close attention to whatever he was saying was none other than Jeremiah Kioni. But Uhuru Kenyatta has now fired him as the SG.
We will take it with pride. We will give it our whole. Na nimemsikia vile amesema na sio kazi rahisi. Ni kazi mzito lakini tutaifanya kwa sababu Mwenyezi Mungu atatusaidia.
Because according to those changes, Jeremiah Kioni is now one of the deputy party leaders in Jubilee Party. Ladies and gentlemen, personally, I strongly believe that Uhuru Kenyatta has fired Jeremiah Kioni. Why do you think that happened?
Kenya has potential. Now that's why I'm confident. Ukipata mtu kama Matiangi, and hakuna mtu, don't think you can bully Matiangi. Kama unafikiri you can bully him, you try somebody else. Yes, na usifikiria amenyamaza hivi kwa sababu hawezi sema jambo. Sasa kwa sababu hii opposition inaonekana kila mtu aende kivyake. Wacha goja uone vile tutatembea Kenya hii na yeye. Not going to bully him. We want somebody who can turn this country in less than 100 days.
Yes. Labda kuongezea hilo jambo ambapo tunaona kwamba mstaafu rais ana prefer sana bwana Matiangi. Tukirudi nyuma kidogo, ikumbuke kwamba
kidogo ulimuona na prefer wapi? Hajamtaja.
Lakini kama chama wewe mwenyewe wewe ndo Secretary General wa chama na unamwongelea highly.
That's exactly what I want to reveal to you guys in this video. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. What we do on this channel is that we analyze politics in a way you can't find in any other place. Ladies and gentlemen, because it's a bit late and I don't want to waste a lot of time, allow me to give you the first reason why Uhuru has replaced Jeremiah Kioni as the Secretary General. Number one, I think Uhuru Kenyatta is strategically handing over Jubilee Party to Fred Okengo Matiangi. Because we all know that Jubilee Party has a presidential candidate. And that candidate was announced by none other than Jeremiah Kioni.
We, as NEC also, have appointed Dr. Fred Okengo Matiangi as our deputy party leader going forward. And alongside that, We have also resolved that Dr. Matiangi represents us at the United Opposition, and on top of that, we also received formally his application to be the presidential candidate or Jubilee presidential candidate, and the NEC approved, resolved that he now carries the flag of Jubilee Party as our presidential candidate. And even as he goes to the United Opposition, he goes there in that capacity, and also representing our party leader, or deputizing our party leader, and actually being the face of our party going forward, given that our party leader is not always available.
And it was expected that Uhuru Kenyatta was going to allow Fred Matiangi to take over the leadership of Jubilee Party. In fact, most people had expected Uhuru Kenyatta to resign as the party leader, then allow Fred Matiangi to be the deputy party leader. That has not happened. But there's that need for Uhuru to hand over the leadership or the control of Jubilee to Fred Matiangi. So by removing Jeremiah Kioni and bringing on board Ole Kenta, Uhuru is handing over Jubilee to Matiangi, because we know that Ole Kenta was recruited to Jubilee the other day. Ole Kenta has always been a member of ODM party. As a matter of fact, he contested in Narok gubernatorial seat in 2022, and he actually won. He was just rigged out. That's the fact. William Ruto had a lot of interest in Narok. He had a lot of interest in Mombasa, and we also had a lot of interest in Kakamega. So recently, we saw Fred Matiangi making moves, winning hearts and souls. Ole Kenta was one of the people he targeted in Masai, which means he's now allowing Fred Matiangi to put the people he trusts. As a matter of fact, for Matiangi, he must also try and do away with most of these Uhuru Kenyatta's people. So in my view, Fred Matiangi is assembling his team.
And we are serious enough that this year, in addition to the nomination process, we'll even issue a manual for our candidates and what we expect our candidates to do. The only point I want to emphasize is this, and my brothers who are here and sisters can agree with me, because this is something that we have talked over and over again. We in Jubilee will have an open and transparent process of nomination. Only the popular candidates will be given tickets. We will not take money from anybody, and you will not be nominated as a candidate because you are my friend, or you are Zach's friend, or you are Murade's friend. That does not exist in this party.
And also reorganizing the party, Jubilee Party. That's number one. Number two, I'm also looking at the broad-based government. Was Jeremiah Kioni for broad-based government? Because, and this is something which is now obvious, Uhuru Kenyatta is working with Ruto. You remember the time William Ruto drove himself to Gatundu, and there's some nyama choma with Uhuru. Then after that, there were rumors that Uhuru was going to front some members, his allies, to the cabinet. Then we saw people like Mutahi Kagwe, we saw people like Kabogo being appointed to the cabinet. People like Liki Nyanjui being appointed to the cabinet. It means Uhuru is in broad-based government. But because of the backlash from the mountain, he took a low profile. And now those signs are coming up. So it's removing Jeremiah Kioni, because Jeremiah Kioni is actually opposed. Doesn't have time for broad-based government. Number three, which I think is also very, very important, is Mount Kenya politics. The other day, Rigathi Gachagua held a meeting with his allies in Mombasa, 3-day retreat. And they released a statement. And in that statement, Rigathi Gachagua made some comment to the effect that they are going to reach out to each and every party, including Jubilee Party. Today, we are seeing one of the individuals who was opposed to Rigathi Gachagua completely, that is Jeremiah Kioni, being removed as the SG. Of course, he's now a deputy party leader. But the position of the SG is critical. He speaks for the party. For example, today, if Sifuna speaks, ideally that should be the position of Jubilee Party. So previously, he had that platform that whenever he spoke, people would interpret it to mean that was the position of Uhuru. In fact, that's why most people up to now never believe that Uhuru Kenyatta is actually working with Ruto. So it's not been removed and they have not placed someone there. And they expect that person will actually now advance the broad-based government narrative. And lastly, Fred Matiangi is running for the presidency. And for him to win, he must have or he must craft winning formation. And for that winning formation to work, it means he must have the numbers. That winning formation must bring the numbers. So it was not making any political sense to have Kioni when Uhuru is already there. Because there's no vote Kioni can bring to Matiangi, which Uhuru Kenyatta cannot. So they needed to do away with him so that he's also kicked out of the limelight. Then now bring Ole Kenta. Then the Masais tomorrow will wake up, oh, hii chama cha Matiangi or Jubilee wameweka mtu wetu kama SG. Because as the SG is going to get that limelight, is going to get the exposure. And for me, that's the most important thing. So that at the end of the day, when Jubilee issues a statement, the way we saw today, then it's Matiangi as the deputy party leader, then we have Ole Kenta. Rather than previously, we used to have just Jeremiah Kioni. I don't know what to think. That's my take. Until next time, this is Silly McQueen. Bye-bye.